Well, he deserves
Whatever he gets.
whatever comes with it.
What if I told you a 22-year-old NFL rookie just gave $4.5 million to the same woman who once called him ugly and ignored his messages? Travis Hunter's love story might be the most expensive gold digger play in sports history, and now she's been exposed. Let's break it down. The $4.5 million mistake. In the world of professional sports, we've seen countless stories of young athletes making financial decisions that would haunt them for years to come. But rarely have we witnessed such a meticulously documented case of what appears to be financial manipulation as the story unfolding between NFL rookie sensation Travis Hunter and his gold-digging wife. Travis Hunter, the Jacksonville Jaguars rookie wide receiver cornerback and 2024 Heisman Trophy winner, has been at the center of widespread public scrutiny regarding his relationship with his wife, Leanna Lene. The phrase gave millions to a gold digger didn't emerge from thin air. It stems from a very real pattern of behavior that social media users have seen Lene exhibit for months. What makes this story particularly compelling and deeply troubling is how methodically it all appears to have unfolded. The foundation of this entire controversy rests on one crucial fact that has financial experts and divorce attorneys across the country shaking their heads in disbelief. Travis Hunter entered into marriage with no prenuptial agreement in place, despite signing a 4-year, $46.6 million contract with a $30.5 million signing bonus. In the state of Florida, where the couple resides, this decision potentially exposes Hunter to losing half of his entire contract earnings should their marriage end in divorce. John Saleh quickly reacted to Travis Hunter's decision.
Well, speaking of prenups, Travis Hunter just got married after getting drafted. No prenup.
Well, he deserves
Whatever he gets.
whatever comes with it.
The gravity of this situation wasn't lost on the legal community. Celebrity divorce attorney James Sexton was so concerned about Hunter's predicament that he offered free prenups to the entire 2025 NFL draft class, explicitly citing Hunter's situation as a cautionary tale. Think about that for a moment. A renowned attorney was so alarmed by what he witnessed that he felt compelled to offer free legal services to prevent other young athletes from making the same potentially devastating mistake. But the absence of a prenup is just the tip of the iceberg. What truly makes this story extraordinary is the documented pattern of expensive gifts that Hunter has showered upon Lene, creating a financial paper trail that reads like a shopping spree gone completely out of control. We're not talking about modest romantic gestures here. We're talking about a systematic transfer of wealth that totals over $4.5 million in documented value. Let's break down this staggering list of gifts because the numbers alone tell a story that's both fascinating and deeply concerning. The engagement ring alone, presented in February 2024, was valued at $100,000, but that was just the beginning of what would become an increasingly extravagant pattern of gift giving. The wedding itself became a showcase for Hunter's generosity, or depending on your perspective, his financial naivety. During the wedding reception, Hunter surprised Lene with a black Mercedes-Benz AMG G63 Brabus 800, valued at approximately $611,000. To put this in perspective, this single gift was worth more than many people will earn in their entire careers. The viral wedding video of this moment has been viewed millions of times, with viewers alternately amazed by the gesture and concerned about the financial implications. But the Mercedes wasn't an isolated incident. Hunter also gifted Lene a Tesla Model X, which she had described as her dream car, valued at approximately $100,000. The emotional unboxing video that followed, showing Lene in tears upon receiving the vehicle, went viral on social media. Yet even this emotional response has been scrutinized by critics who question whether those tears were genuine or performative. The gift giving didn't stop there. Hunter presented Lene with a custom luxury truck valued at $500,000, making it clear that his spending habits were escalating rather than moderating. When you add in the additional jewelry and other luxury items that have been documented, conservatively estimated at over $600,000, the total reaches that staggering $4.5 million figure. Perhaps most significant of all these financial decisions was the couple's joint purchase of a mansion in Jacksonville's exclusive Deerwood Country Club. The $3.275 million home features 13 rooms, 8,125 square feet, a pool, tennis court, and sits on 7.5 acres. While technically a joint purchase, with Lene handling the transaction details, the funding came primarily from Hunter's signing bonus. This means that in a potential divorce scenario, even this shared asset could become a point of contention. What makes these gifts particularly noteworthy isn't just their individual value, but the timing and context surrounding them. Each major gift coincided with significant milestones in Hunter's career. The engagement ring came as his college career was reaching its peak. The wedding gifts followed followed his Heisman Trophy win and NFL draft selection, and the mansion purchase happened immediately after his professional contract signing, the pattern suggests a direct correlation between Hunter's rising earning potential and the escalation of expensive gestures. Critics have pointed out that while Lene has given Hunter gifts in return, including a custom Rolex valued between $30,000 and $70,000, these reciprocal gestures pale in comparison to what she has received. More importantly, many observers note that her gift-giving appears to have been funded by Hunter's earnings, making them less genuine expressions of financial independence and more strategic moves to create the appearance of mutual generosity. The financial exposure doesn't end with the gifts already given. Under Florida's equitable distribution laws, marriage assets are subject to division in divorce proceedings. This means that even beyond the millions already spent on gifts, Hunter's future earnings during the marriage, including his NFL salary, endorsement deals, and any other income streams, could potentially be subject to division. When you're talking about a contract worth nearly $47 million, plus endorsement deals that could easily double or triple that amount over the course of his career, the potential financial exposure becomes astronomical. What makes this situation even more precarious is Hunter's age and career stage. At just 22 years old, he's at the very beginning of what could be a highly lucrative professional career. The decisions he's making now regarding asset protection and financial management will impact his wealth accumulation for decades to come. The fact that he entered into marriage without proper legal protections at such a crucial career juncture has financial advisors across the sports industry using his case as an example of what not to do. The story becomes even more complex when you consider the public nature of these financial decisions. Unlike most celebrity relationships, where financial details remain private, Hunter and Lene have documented their gift exchanges extensively on social media. This public display of wealth transfer has not only fueled speculation about Lene's motivations, but has also created a permanent record that could potentially be used in any future legal proceedings. As we delve deeper into this story, it becomes clear that the $4.5 million mistake is just the beginning. The real question isn't just about the money already spent, it's about understanding how a promising young athlete found himself in a position where he could potentially lose half of everything he'll ever earn. And to understand that, we need to look at the relationship itself, the timeline of events, and the red flags that numerous observers claim were visible from the very beginning. Red flags everyone saw coming. The relationship between Travis Hunter and Leanna Lene didn't begin as a fairy tale romance. It started with what many observers now point to as the first red flag in a series of concerning patterns. Hunter and Lene began dating in 2022 during Hunter's high school days in Georgia, but their initial interaction tells a story that has fueled years of speculation about Lene's true motivations. The origin story, as recounted by Hunter himself, reveals a troubling dynamic that set the tone for everything that followed. In a podcast clip from December 2024, Hunter revealed that Lene initially ignored his Instagram DMs for months. What changed her mind wasn't a sudden romantic awakening, it was her brother's intervention. According to Hunter's own account, Lene's brother, who later became Hunter's close friend, encouraged her to respond after recognizing Hunter as a top football prospect, saying, "You don't know who this is? He's a good weak man." This detail is crucial because it establishes a pattern that would repeat throughout their relationship. Lene's interest appeared to correlate directly with Hunter's rising profile and earning potential. Critics have cited this story repeatedly as evidence of her alleged opportunism, claiming that the family cashed in on his rising fame. But the red flags didn't stop with their initial interaction. As Hunter's college career at Colorado exploded into national prominence, the scrutiny around Lene intensified, and what emerged was a pattern of behavior that raised serious questions about the authenticity of their relationship. By late 2024, as Hunter's college career reached its peak, Lene faced accusations of cheating, with viral videos allegedly showing her at parties with other men while Hunter waited outside. The cheating allegations weren't just whispers or rumors, they were supported by photographic and video evidence that surfaced at strategically timed moments. Photos and videos surfaced showing Lene with other men, including images of her dancing with or in bed with other men. What made these revelations particularly damaging wasn't just their content, but their timing and the manner in which they were released. One of the most disturbing aspects of these allegations was how they were weaponized for profit. A man who possessed some of these images admitted to waiting for Hunter to achieve fame before releasing them, even going so far as to create merchandise featuring the controversial photos. This calculated approach to releasing damaging disparaging information suggests that multiple people saw Hunter as a potential source of profit and were positioning themselves accordingly. The impact of these revelations on Hunter was profound and publicly documented. The character attacks against Lene led to her drinking excessively and crying herself to sleep, with Hunter revealing, "She drunk an OD amount tonight. I can't even help her." The fact that Hunter felt compelled to defend and support Lene through these crises, rather than questioning the patterns they revealed, demonstrated the psychological hold she had established over him. The 2024 Heisman Trophy ceremony became a flashpoint for these concerns. A viral video showed Lene remaining seated during Hunter's Heisman Trophy announcement, appearing disinterested or even resentful of his success. Coach Deion Sanders had to nudge her to stand and show appropriate support for her fiance's historic achievement. For many observers, this moment crystallized their concerns about Lene's true feelings toward Hunter's success. Popular social media personality DJ Academics captured the public sentiment perfectly when he analyzed the situation. Looking at Hunter's demeanor and behavior patterns, Academics made some pointed observations about the relationship dynamics.
Yo, why does always look like he walked off the set of Alien vs. Predator, bro? Which, like, it's like he's wearing a natural, like, is this the alien mask or the Predator mask? I can't tell. I ain't gonna cap with you. Like, this was a video that, you know, made me say, yo, I think y'all owe that girl an apology. If she gotta wake up to that face every day, leave her alone.
While Academics' commentary was characteristically provocative, his underlying point about the relationship dynamics was shared by many observers. He went on to note the concerning patterns.
Now, I see everybody watching this podcast too much. Yo, hopefully, you know what I mean? Hopefully, like, he protected his assets. I heard people having these conversations about the prenup in this and third. We not his financial advisor, man. Like, I don't know why people are so concerned with.
But perhaps the most telling red flag was the pattern of behavior that emerged around Hunter's financial milestones. Each major career achievement, his Heisman Trophy win, his NFL draft selection, his contract signing, was followed by increasingly expensive gifts and gestures. The engagement occurred in February 2024, just as Hunter's draft stock was solidifying. The wedding was scheduled for May 2025, immediately after his draft selection and just before his contract signing. The timing of these relationship milestones wasn't coincidental. It demonstrated a clear strategy to secure legal claims to Hunter's wealth before he could potentially reconsider the relationship or seek proper legal protection. The decision to marry without a prenuptial agreement, despite widespread advice to the contrary, suggests that Lene may have actively discouraged or prevented Hunter from seeking proper legal counsel. The red flags weren't limited to relationship dynamics, they extended to family involvement as well. Critics have noted that Lene's family appeared to be in on the strategy, with her brother playing a crucial role in the initial connection and family members becoming increasingly present as Hunter's wealth grew. This level of family coordination suggests a systematic approach rather than organic romantic development. The public's reaction to these red flags was swift and vocal. Celebrities like Bow Wow publicly called Lene a gold digger, while others warned Hunter about the financial risks he was taking. Rappers Cameron and Ma Dollar E reacted negatively on their podcast, expressing concern about Hunter's decision to marry without a prenup. Even former NFL coach Deion Sanders, who had mentored Hunter throughout his college career, had previously warned about gold diggers in general terms, though Hunter appeared to ignore or dismiss these warnings when they applied to his own situation. What makes these red flags particularly concerning is how they were dismissed or rationalized by Hunter himself. In defending Lene, Hunter stated, "She brings value to me. She makes me money, and she makes her own money. So if you're going to say she's a gold digger, make sure you say I'm a gold digger too." This defense, while emotionally understandable, completely missed the point that critics were making about the power dynamics and financial risks in the relationship. Lene herself addressed the backlash in a December 2024 video, denying gold digger claims and explaining that she deleted social media due to hate. However, her public statements often seemed calculated to deflect criticism rather than address the substantive concerns being raised about the relationship's financial dynamics. The pattern of red flags reached a crescendo around the wedding itself. The lavish ceremony at the barn at Faith Farms in Athens, Tennessee, attended by about 250 guests, became a showcase for financial excess rather than romantic celebration. The fact that the wedding gifts alone totaled over $1 million suggested priorities that extended far beyond expressing love and commitment. The divorce rumors that would later emerge weren't surprising to those who had been following the red flags closely. Rumors of a divorce began circulating in late July 2025, just weeks after the wedding. The catalyst was a resurfaced TikTok video from December 2024, showing Lene crying and appearing distressed. Even more explosive were unverified claims that Lene was demanding $40 million in a divorce settlement. The tragic irony of this situation is that the red flags were so obvious and so well documented that they became part of the public record. Years from now, if this relationship ends as many predict it will, there will be a clear timeline showing exactly how the financial manipulation unfolded step by calculated step. But by then, the damage to Hunter's wealth and financial security may already be irreversible. As we moved into Hunter's professional career, these personal relationship issues would begin to intersect with his athletic pursuits in ways that could potentially derail one of the most promising careers in recent NFL history. The question wasn't whether the warning signs had been there, they had been glaring and numerous. The question was whether Hunter could compartmentalize these personal struggles enough to focus on what should be the most important period of his professional development. Hunter's NFL journey under pressure. The moment Travis Hunter had worked his entire life for arrived on April 25, 2025, when the Jacksonville Jaguars made the bold decision to trade up from the 5th pick to the 2nd overall selection in the NFL draft. But what should have been the pinnacle of athletic achievement was overshadowed by the very real financial and personal turmoil that had been building throughout his relationship with Leanna Lene. The draft night call itself was a masterclass in professional excellence, showcasing exactly why the Jaguars were willing to sacrifice significant draft capital to secure Hunter's services.
Hey Travis, this is James Gladstone with the Jacksonville Jaguars. How you doing?
How you doing, Coach?
You know what? Go ahead and take a moment to soak this one in. We're trading up in the draft. We're moving from pick 5 to pick 2, and we're doing it because you're the one we've been hunting up.
The excitement in Hunter's voice was palpable as he processed the magnitude of the moment.
Yes, sir. That's the best decision.
I love it.
Hey bro, you've been the vision.
The conversation continued with head coach Liam Cohen expressing the organization's confidence in their selection.
An unbelievable opportunity, bro. Unbelievable opportunity for us to get this thing going, man. Let's go. You're going to do some great things.
The Jacksonville Jaguars' decision to select Hunter represented the highest drafted cornerback ever and the first wide receiver taken in the top 2 picks since Calvin Johnson in 2007. More significantly, it marked the first time in NFL draft history that a player was announced at both offensive and defensive positions simultaneously, underscoring the unprecedented nature of Hunter's skill set. During the draft coverage, Hunter's composure and professionalism shone through despite the personal pressures he was facing. When asked about his emotions on draft night, Hunter's response revealed both his excitement and his understanding of the historic nature of his selection.
I'm just super excited, I get to go back home, but also, somewhere I wanted to play, and I'm so excited that they picked me.
The Jacksonville Jaguars just traded up to get your services to their team. What conversations have you had with them with how you are going to be used in the NFL?
The crazy part is I had no conversation with them outside of the combine, so I didn't know what to expect.
The draft selection came with immediate financial implications that would prove crucial given Hunter's precarious personal situation. Hunter's 4-year, $46.65 million rookie contract included a $30.6 million signing bonus, representing life-changing money for the 22-year-old athlete. However, the timing of his marriage just weeks after the draft, without a prenuptial agreement, meant that this windfall was immediately at risk. Hunter's introductory press conference with the Jaguars revealed a young man who seemed genuinely excited about his professional opportunity, even as personal storms gathered around him. When asked about his academic achievements and maintaining a 4.0 GPA, Hunter's response demonstrated the work ethic that had made him successful.
It's just a mindset of trying to be the best at everything I do. I don't want nobody to do or have a step ahead of me, so I just want to be the best at everything, and that's including work.
The press conference also revealed Hunter's confidence in his unique abilities. When presented with a hypothetical scenario about facing himself on both sides of the ball, Hunter's response was characteristically direct.
It's 4th and 7. You break the huddle, it's 1-on-1, and Travis Hunter, the wide receiver, sees Travis Hunter, the corner, across from him, and the ball's coming your way. Which one of y'all comes down with it?
Travis Hunter.
The Jaguars coaching staff expressed tremendous confidence in their ability to utilize Hunter's unique skill set effectively. Head coach Liam Cohen outlined their strategic approach. We've had those conversations and we have to be fluid. We kind of mentioned this last night in terms of, from a scheduling standpoint, all those things. We have it laid out, but we also have to have the ability to be agile and be fluid on specific days. However, as Hunter transitioned from college to professional football, the personal pressures were beginning to mount. Reports emerged that the stress stress of his relationship issues was affecting his focus and preparation, raising concerns among coaches and teammates about his readiness for the demands of professional football. Hunter's preseason debut on August 9, 2025, against the Pittsburgh Steelers provided the first real test of how well he could compartmentalize his personal struggles and focus on football. The game took place at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, with Hunter playing a total of 19 snaps split between offense and defense. The performance itself was a mixed bag that reflected both Hunter's immense talent and the challenges of transitioning to the professional level while dealing with personal turmoil. On offense, Hunter recorded 2 receptions for 9 yards on 3 targets, with 1 catch nullified by a penalty. On defense, he was targeted 0 times in coverage, but had 1 missed tackle that went viral on social media when Steelers running back Caleb Johnson delivered a stiff arm that sent Hunter to the ground. The aftermath of the preseason debut was telling. Hunter admitted to feeling nervous initially, but settling in after the first snap, calling the experience great. However, the missed tackle became a focal point for critics who wondered whether the personal stress was affecting his physical preparation and mental focus. ESPN analysts provided context for Hunter's performance and the broader implications for his career. During a SportsCenter segment analyzing rookie debuts, the discussion revealed both optimism and concern about Hunter's situation.
I love him. I think he's a fabulous player. I'm just hoping for his sake they use him correctly and don't wear him out, because that would be no fun for anybody, for this organization, for that young man. He's going to do whatever you ask him to do.
The analyst went on to express concerns about Hunter's two-way usage in the NFL compared to college. I think it would be very difficult to play 30 snaps of defense and 40 snaps of offense. Did it in college. This is the National Football League. Never been done. I'm not going to say he can't do it, but it would shorten his career, I believe. These professional concerns were compounded by the personal drama that continued to unfold throughout Hunter's rookie season. As divorce rumors intensified and allegations about Laney's demands for a $40 million settlement circulated, Hunter found himself in the impossible position of trying to establish himself as a professional athlete while potentially fighting for his financial future in divorce court. The broader implications of Hunter's situation extended well beyond his individual career. Financial advisors and agents throughout professional sports began using Hunter's situation as a cautionary tale about the importance of prenuptial agreements for young athletes. The fact that celebrity divorce attorney James Sexton felt compelled to offer free prenups to the entire 2025 NFL draft class demonstrated how seriously the legal community took the precedent Hunter's case was setting. As Hunter's rookie season progressed, the challenge became increasingly clear. Could a 22-year-old athlete dealing with unprecedented personal and financial pressure maintain the focus and dedication necessary to fulfill the immense potential that had made him the second overall pick in the NFL draft? The early signs were mixed, with flashes of brilliance tempered by moments that suggested the weight of his personal struggles was taking a toll. Hunter's unique position as a two-way player meant that any decline in performance would be magnified. Unlike traditional players who could focus on mastering one side of the ball, Hunter needed to maintain elite-level performance on both offense and defense while simultaneously dealing with what could potentially be one of the most expensive divorce proceedings in sports history. The trajectory of Hunter's career would ultimately depend on his ability to compartmentalize these personal struggles and focus on the football fundamentals that had made him successful. However, the financial stakes involved, potentially half of his career earnings, meant that the resolution of his personal situation would have far-reaching implications for his professional future. As the 2025 season unfolded, Travis Hunter's story served as a stark reminder of how quickly personal decisions can impact professional success. The young man who should have been focusing entirely on establishing himself as one of the NFL's most unique and talented players, instead found himself navigating a complex web of financial and legal challenges that could potentially derail everything he had worked his entire life to achieve. The ultimate question wasn't whether Hunter had the talent to succeed at the professional level. His abilities were undeniable. The question was whether he could overcome the personal and financial obstacles that threatened to overshadow his athletic achievements and potentially cost him millions of dollars in the process. Only time would tell if the $4.5 million mistake would prove to be just the beginning of a much larger financial catastrophe, or if Hunter could somehow navigate these challenges and fulfill his immense potential both on and off the field. Love this video? Click on the card on your screen for more.